We've all experienced the morning panic. You wake up, grab your phone, and realize it's dead because you set it down just a fraction of an inch off-center on your wireless charger the night before. Wireless charging relies on electromagnetic induction. For power to actually move from the charging pad to your battery, the copper coil inside the charger has to line up perfectly with the copper coil inside your phone. When those coils sit misaligned, the transferred energy doesn't make it to your battery. It turns into excess heat. Modern smartphones detect that thermal spike and immediately trigger a safety system that shuts down the charge entirely to protect the hardware. Apple solved this geometry problem by embedding a ring of magnets around the charging coil. It physically forces the two devices to snap into exact alignment, ensuring a steady, uninterrupted flow of power. Rather than keeping this an exclusive feature, Apple shared their magnetic power profile with the Wireless Power Consortium. The idea was to build the foundation for Qi2, a universal standard bringing foolproof magnetic charging to both iOS and Android devices. A single industry-wide standard should have eliminated charging anxiety for good. Instead, the rollout of Qi2 has fractured the market, leaving buyers navigating a confusing web of competing speeds and incompatible hardware. The baseline Qi2 standard delivers 15 watts of charging power. Mechanically, it operates exactly like Apple's MagSafe, but third-party manufacturers don't have to pay Apple licensing fees to use it in their products. The HMD Skyline was the first Android smartphone to actually build this magnetic hardware natively into the phone and pass official Qi2 certification. This graph tracks the Skyline's temperature during a 30-minute charging session. Because the certified magnetic alignment eliminates energy waste, the temperature line plateaus comfortably below the 40 degrees Celsius safety limit, even while pulling a full 15 watts. By standardizing the hardware and removing licensing fees, Qi2 allows accessory makers to flood the market with highly efficient, perfectly aligned chargers at a fraction of the cost. When manufacturers adhere to these certification standards, the 15-watt tier functions as the stable, universal baseline it was designed to be. That makes the introduction of faster, competing speed tiers incredibly frustrating for everyday buyers. That frustration starts with the rollout of the Qi2 25-watt standard, officially designated as Qi 2.2. This upgraded spec pushes overall power efficiency up by 15%. Pushing that much extra wattage safely requires an incredibly tight 0.5 millimeter magnetic precision tolerance. There is absolutely no room for error. This chart compares battery levels after 30 minutes on the pad. Apple's iPhone 16 and 17 series utilize the new 25-watt standard to dramatically cut charge times, pushing the battery from 0 to 50. If you see that label, it means the phone relies on a case-based workaround to function, rather than having the magnets integrated natively into the device itself. The Qi2 label was supposed to guarantee a seamless experience right out of the box. Instead, Android users are left relying on third-party accessories to patch over these design conflicts. To survive this fragmented market, you have to read the packaging carefully. There is a massive technical difference between a charger labeled Qi2 certified and one that simply says MagSafe compatible. Compatible chargers lack the required software handshakes to manage thermal data. Without that communication, they force your smartphone to throttle its intake to a sluggish 7.5 watts just to prevent overheating. Before you buy a new wireless charger, you need to run through a quick 3-step checklist. First, determine your hardware. Verify if your specific phone has native magnets built into the chassis, or if you'll need to factor in the cost of a magnetic case. Second, scrutinize the packaging. Look explicitly for official Qi2 or MagSafe certification logos, and ignore any product that sells you on the word compatible. Finally, check the numbers. Ensure the charger's maximum wattage output directly matches the wireless intake limit of your device. Buying a 25-watt charger for a phone capped at 15 watts is honestly just throwing your hard-earned money away. Magnetic charging technology is incredibly efficient and capable when perfectly aligned, but until the industry truly unifies, you have to treat buying a simple charger like matching exact hardware specifications rather than trusting a universal marketing promise.